Hey guys, welcome back to King Creek. Today we're going to tile our backsplash. I bought these tiles on Facebook Marketplace. They're just like a cool, imperfect subway tile. I got 5 boxes of them for $100. So we're going to get this done today. If you have watched any of our previous videos of us doing tile, which we've done a lot of floor tile in this house, you've heard me say I will never do tile again, but here we are. We're going to do it and hopefully it goes well. Make sure to stick around to the end of this video if you want to see the cost breakdown of what we spent to do this backsplash.
I think I remember you saying that you'll never do tile again.
Yeah, here I am. Doing tile again.
Before we got started on the tile, we had to make sure the countertops were level, and of course they weren't, so this was something that Stetson had to fix. I got on the countertops to weigh them down while Stetson put screws in from underneath. We tried to cut this sluter, but it ended up looking terrible, so we bent it and that looked a lot better. I just didn't get a video of it. We've never used tile adhesive before, and this stuff was sticky. It got everywhere, but thankfully it just wipes off the water. We decided to start on this small area because we knew that our coffee pot and our microwave sit right here, and if we messed up, it would be covered up. So Stetson didn't pull out the outlet before we tiled yesterday, and when he was in the process of doing that today, this one popped out. So hopefully we'll just be able to back butter this and stick it back on, and it won't be a big deal. This actually went back in really easily. We didn't have any issues. I was able to get some spacers back in there to make sure the gaps were right, and it looked good as new. I really struggled to find the right technique when doing this adhesive. It was falling all over the floor, and it just wasn't flowing smoothly through the notches of the trowel.
Just a reminder, we're not a how-to channel. We're a this is what we're doing channel.
There was actually a lot of math involved to make sure that we wouldn't have a small tile at the bottom or the top. So that's why we started where we started, and we used the laser to make sure everything was level. After doing a ton of tile together, we've learned that works best for us is if I place the tiles and Stetson cuts the tiles. So you can see here, he's running in and out, cutting each tile as I go, and I'm placing them in the adhesive. We made it to this window last weekend and we ran into a little problem. Stetson ended up cutting this piece to go around the trim here, so you can see this was under here. And with this here and the trim down to there, we were gonna have like a sliver that was maybe ½ an inch underneath this window, and that just was not doable with what we're using to cut tile. So we popped off this trim, we popped off this tile, and we're just gonna notch it here, and that way we have like a larger tile going under this window instead of having this tiny little sliver that Stetson has to cut straight all the way across. I highly recommend getting a tiny trowel like this. It was way more useful than you think it would be.
right, last piece.
We've used this kind of grout before, and we know that it sets up very quickly. We actually watched a video once on how to use it, and the guy said if it sets up, you might as well just rip your tile out and start over because it's never coming off. So we only do small sections at a time and then rinse off what is there and move on to the next section. We were really glad that we put plastic down on the floors and countertops because this was a really messy process. We finished the grout pretty late, so we had to caulk the next day. Stetson went through and taped everywhere that needed to be caulked, and that helped us achieve a really clean line. Also, don't come for me for wearing gloves while I caulk. Pulling this tape off was very satisfying, and we were just really excited to see the final product. Here's the finished backsplash. We're really happy with how it turned out, but I really hope this is the last time we do tile. It always takes longer than we think it will, and this took us 2 full weekends, even though this isn't a big kitchen. So the grand total for this whole backsplash project was less than $300. We spent $100 on the tiles from Facebook Marketplace. We spent about $50 on adhesive. We spent $65 on grout. And then I think we spent $10 to $20 on tile spacers, which we had way too many, so we could have done that cheaper. We spent probably another $20 on caulk, also bought way too much of that. So again, could have brought the price down just a little bit. We didn't have to buy any of the trowels because we already had those. So for a grand total of less than $300, we did this project and it made a huge impact on our kitchen. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more from King Creek, and we'll see you in the next one.